Rejoice, my brothers and sisters, because we are receiving today our newest Void level. Yay! Today we're going to be reading out the major update that has been released a few hours ago. And because this one is kind of a big one, I do want to read it out with you guys and see everything that came up that is new. So without wasting anyone's time, here is already the first thing they announced is the teaser picture of the new Void, which is Void Nightmare. There's a interesting character here in the middle that they haven't revealed, strangely enough, but as we're gonna go down, we'll see that they already revealed the character, which is a little strange that they made it this way, but I don't know. Who am I to judge? I don't remember if this is basically just a copy-paste of what they were teasing before, but there is a compelling story here. Sadly for them, I am a Grand Chase player. I don't read stories, so for those who would like to read, here it is. If you want to pause it, feel free to do so. The entry requirement for this one is going to be much like all the other Voids, which is going to be 200k, and it's always going to be open, and it will reset every Friday. Pretty interesting considering how we have Invasion on Sunday, Tane on Wednesday, and then Nightmare on Friday. I don't know who's going to tell them, but Fridays are not Nightmare. They are usually a good thing. So everything around here is kind of around the same as the other Voids. The rewards here obviously being a little different, which we're going to be getting the glove, the shoes, and the cloak. Finally completing the set of the Voido Absolute, which then will mean the only thing that we'll be missing is the accessories. But I don't really know how they're going to implement that, if it's going to be like a 4th stage, which if it's going to be the case, I swear to God, I'm going to die. But like, fair enough if that's the case. I don't really see them doing 2 more Void levels just to, you know, accessory stuff. I feel like if they're gonna implement accessories, are gonna make 1, but at least for now we're gonna be getting all the Voido Absolute set, and I will say I think this set looks pretty cool. Unfortunately I cannot really see it like completely here, but it is cool to just kind of picture this whole set in completion. So the rewards that we're gonna be getting is kind of all the same that we have when playing other Voids normally. We can get the equipment as always. We can upgrade the fragments as we always can with the Void. You know, you get the little one and then you can upgrade to the bigger one, and with those big ones you can trade for the equipment, and you can also get other rewards as well. The one thing that they did say that is pretty interesting is that players can acquire more rewards and the Voido Absolute equipment faster as the clear stage for Void Nightmare increases. So essentially, the more you play Nightmare, the more you have chances to getting better rewards. Kind of makes me wonder if they're going to do this to Invasion and Taint as well, not just Nightmare, which if this happens is pretty good because it is kind of a pity system for equipment of all things. Depends on how difficult this is. I feel like it will come in handy anyway, so glad that this is kind of a thing because I am kind of scared of this one, but I will talk about this later. They talk about the reinforcement properties, which I don't know why they made like 2 different tables when everything here is basically the same. I feel like they kind of forgot to change the ancient grade. I don't know, it's basically the same. Much like the other Void Absolute equipment as well, once you reach plus 18, you do get a critical damage bonus. And they also revealed the set that we get once you have all 7 pieces. In case you don't know, we do get MP recovery with 2. You get MP absorption with 3. With 4, you get critical strike chance. And I'm pretty sure that's all you could get before. But now with the Void Nightmare, you will be able to get special defense with 5, special attack with 6, and lastly, back attack damage when you have all 7 Chaos Emeralds. I mean, Void Absolute set. I feel like it makes sense why they didn't include critical damage. It's because you already get it from plus 18. So if you have every single set at plus 18, you're already getting a shit ton of critical damage. So it makes sense why they haven't included more here, because I feel like it would be too broken. But overall, I do kind of like this. Back damage is something that is like growing up recently a lot, so it's something good to have here as well. They also included the set, and then here is where they reveal the character for some reason. Like, again, I don't know why they made it like blurry when we can clearly see the character here. She kind of feels like she came from mobile, but sincerely, I love every character on mobile, so I'm all in for it. As you can see here, we got the titles as well, the Voido Annihilator. This character is also called the Voido Apostle, which we are going to get 2 versions of it too, which I don't know how good this card's going to be, but considering how the Void cards are like alternative version of the good cards, I would say this card is going to be good. Probably not the best card in the game, but it will be pretty good nonetheless. As for the title, no idea. If you know me, you know I really don't like any of the Void titles. They're like not the greatest either, and they're like super difficult to get. I would be optimistic and say these titles are not going to be that bad. Hopefully the true Void Annihilator isn't like any bad, because like the true titles in all this stuff, I still say it's like one of the worst things in the game, because they don't change anything and they're like whatever, right? They're like flex titles. I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully this one is not going to be all that shabby. Maybe something like Hanok's title would be pretty nice for a change, who knows. The title and cards also can be dropped normally through the level, much like all the other voids as well. Drop rates pretty much didn't change too much. It changed like some items here and there, but like the methods is still the same, so there's not much to talk about it here. We're also going to be getting other different rewards, which apparently are not affected through the drop rate buff from the level, which I guess it makes sense because these items drop very constantly. So one thing that would call my attention here is the chase experience potion, but this one seems to be like we're going to be getting a large potion this time around, so hopefully this large potion is going to be much better than the small one that we always have that like gives like either 1 point or 2%. It's like super small, it doesn't really do anything. We also got a reinforcement protection scroll, which I'm only mentioning this because I thought this was a plus 17 scroll, that we don't have it anymore, until I realized, wait, no, this is the protection scroll. This it's the more nerfed version of it basically. And much like any other void section here, we are getting a hidden stage, aka 4th floor. Basically it works the same way. You cannot use healing items, you cannot revive except for one listener prayer, and once you beat it you get the true fragment of nightmare, which is used for crafting the true title for the boss. For lastly, also they did improve the stats of the ancient grade equipment. We're going to be seeing a buff on the ancient grade equipment, which I'll probably have to make a screenshot of my Elysis now and then see how she looked like after this buff, because I'm not so sure myself on this stats. But either way, I will take a screenshot just to see how much it changes in the end. Maybe more defense and vitality would be nice, but who knows. Moving on a little bit away from the Void Nightmare, we are also getting the usual attendance log, which nothing here much seems different. It's mostly the same except for day 15, which we are be getting a Cordy set for free, which they show it at the end there, so I'll make sure to talk about it later. We're going to be getting Overcome the Nightmare event, which is very similar to what we got when Void Taint came out, which is basically missions to destroy certain enemies, or just basically play Void Nightmare, really. The rewards being the reinforcement support boxes, which are really good as far as I remember. Some boxes are dedicated to reinforcement stones, others are reinforcement on cards, specifically sockets, which is pretty good. And then the property support boxes, which also you get a listener or a single property scroll, which is really, really good. But you also need to do these missions, which can be a little difficult, I would say, depending on the person, but hopefully people will be able to be there and help out people who are just trying to play the level like I am. Next, we got the weekly chain mission, which is something that we had not too long ago, I believe. I think we got this one like a few updates ago, actually, where you just basically defeat monsters. It's the usual stuff. On 1 week, we defeat 200 enemies. The other one, we got 300. And the last one, we got 400 monsters. Not too bad rewards, I would say. So if you really need any of these things, feel free to get those out. Nextly, we got the buff event, which it's what I like to call a mini rainbow. Essentially, for now, every weekend, we're going to be getting a massive boost on everything. So experience bonus, GP bonus, item drop rates, equipment enhancement, necklace enhancement rate, if you really need that as well. Experience bonus rate applied by 400% as long as with GP. And item drop rate and necklace anklet enhancement rate increase applies up to 100%, which cap. Yeah, this is why I call it like the mini rainbow, because rainbow kind of has the same thing, but it lasts longer, and this one is only lasts for the weekends. So if you really need to get something, it's very important to play on the weekends, because that's where the good shit is going on. Then we also have the accumulated login event, which we also just had a few updates ago, where you have to basically just stay logged on in the game for 2.5 hours, and you'll be able to get some rewards for just being in the game. These rewards are also pretty good as well, including cards, reinforcement protection scrolls, some more rune chats with Premium GC Club, single property scrolls as well. It's 2, so like please get those, it's very important. Item property scrolls as well, so very good to have, very good and very easy to obtain. You just, like I said, you have to basically just be in the game for 2.5 hours. You don't even need to play anything, you just have to play, just open the game and stay at idle for a while, and you'll be able to get these rewards as well. Then they introduced the new Cordy, which is Wonderland. Very interesting set, I would say. I'm personally not a fan of the pet, but he's very cute, I would say. They also introduced the new sets for Season 9, which, as far as I know and remember, it's not better than Season 8 when it comes to offensive. But I do know this set is also not that bad either, because it does have critical chance on upper armor and lower head. So if you really need critical chance, it's like very good to go for. And you also get 2.50% tame resistance depending on each pair, each part that you have. Also an additional critical attack damage, MP recovery, special attack, and attack. So not a bad set. Here's also the attack of the pet as well, which is a rainbow cannon. We also got the Black Friday package sale, which enjoy that it is Black Friday this Friday, I believe. Most likely these stuff is going to come in handy for people who really like to spend the game. So if you're into that, it would be pretty good to go for these ones as well. The next one, we got the cozy winter QWERTY, which strangely reminds me of Ice Climbers for some reason, but pretty cute set, I would say. I don't vibe with this upper armor, but I still think it's a cute one nonetheless. We've seen worse in this game. They also made some bug fixes. For instance, they improved the layout of the bullion shop, thank God. Some things like the earrings and piercings, including some cards from Balili and the Gaian, they're also going to be in here instead of being in the reinforcements. Don't really understand why, but I guess fair enough. I feel like it's easier to just be in here. You can also navigate the shop through your mouse scroll. They also are removing the Harken Wing chest to specifically include the Glorious Wing instead of just having to open it over and over again and hoping to get the Glorious Wing, which I would be happy about it if not for number one. I already have every character with Glory Wings except for my Ronin, but you know, there's reasons for that. But also, you need 120 instants for the upgrade. My guy, you get 2 to 3 at least a week. What do you mean 120? They're crazy. They're gotta be crazy to make this 120. Am I reading this correctly? They also changed the pop-up improvement for the special dungeons. So now void rates are gonna be at the bottom, while hero dungeons are gonna be at the top. When it comes to pets, they also balanced Regulus and Pompon, which are gonna be the newest pets as well. They'll be coming in the next update, so keep an eye on that if you're interested in these ones. And other fixes is, I'm pretty sure it's mostly just visuals. Oh my god, wait, never mind, it's not just visual. They fixed the bug where Savior could not dash when in confused state. They heard my blessings. They heard, I've been heard. I have been heard. Okay, they take a look back at it. There isn't seem to be much visually. Other than like visuals, the only thing I can see here is that they are changing the hitbox apparently for one of Duel's attacks, which is pretty interesting. And I think I know which one it is. The one that you like teleport every once in a while, that it's a little weird to hit him. They also are completely removing the bonus reward window, which I thought they did this before, but like apparently you can still find it if you have like a bad connection with the host, which kind of happens frequently. I got this like clear bonus reward window like at least twice, and I swear to god I thought they mentioned before that they were going to be removing it. It's a little weird, but I guess now it's completely removed, which honestly is fine by me. And they are going to be removing some items tomorrow, so if you haven't claimed any one of these, please do it so now. It's important. And on the update of December 18th, we're going to be losing a lot of our other stuff that we haven't done, specifically stuff from the expedition, so hopefully by then you have everything that you need. But overall, that is it for the update for Void Nightmare. Overall, though, I am slightly excited about it. Here's the thing specifically about the Void Nightmare that I'm not very happy about it. I don't know what are we getting ourselves into. When we look back at the other two Void sections that we got, we had like a full-on trailer, like a video showing what we're gonna get ourselves into. On Void Invasion, we have like the first version of the Void, seeing everything he does, how he behaves, what sort of attacks can you expect on it, and how difficult it's going to be overall. It's a very short teaser, obviously, but like it does help you understand where you're getting yourself into. And then when Void Taint came out, they did the same thing. They kind of did the same beats where like, here's everything you can expect. This is how annoyingly difficult it's going to be, and you should be prepared, right? That's how it felt for me for the two Voids. But for Void Nightmare, we don't have like a trailer of or anything like that. We only have like the teaser that they've been showing us and this picture here at the top. Sincerely, I don't know what to expect from this one, and that kind of makes me a little worried. I don't know if it's going to be too easy. I don't know if it's going to be too hard. I don't know if the boss is going to have some annoying bullshit projectile, because every Void has at least a full screen projectile, so I can expect this one to be the same. I don't know if this boss is going to behave like something like the Kane, for instance, which if she does is going to be like absolutely annoying if she's going to have to like counter every single thing I do, which I don't think is going to be that. Hopefully it's not. I feel like if I had to like speculate, the Nightmare is going to be something very similar to Taint, where we're going to be able to play with 4 people, as they always also has been. And we just kind of have to work together to either defeat some things and stun the boss, or maybe just focused on the boss all the time and, you know, pray to God he doesn't kill us all in one hit. If anything I can say is just I'm scared, right? Because the Void it's not really the fun part of the game. I don't really enjoy it too much, but I am kind of curious to see how this goes, right? Because as much as I don't like it, I will admit this design that I'm seeing right here, it's really calling my attention. If this character becomes a playable character though, I would say that it's very big brain from COG, but probably not. As far as I can tell, it's probably not going to be a playable character. It would be fun as hell though. The titles and monster card, I feel like I talked about it enough. Like I said, I hope the true title, it's like decent and not like a flex of an upgrade like the other titles were. Like I really want to use this and like feel like I'm getting stronger with it. You can have this with like the Void Taint, but the problem is the Void Taint is like whatever, right? Whether you have the normal title or the true title, like it doesn't matter that much. It still kind of feels like the same, but only just a little bit better, you know? They didn't even compare to like Hanuk's title, which it's like a massive boost compared to what the other ones have, which I feel like it's a little wrong because Void feels much more difficult than Hanuk's Core nowadays. So I don't know why Hanuk's Core would have like taken the cake when it comes to titles. Although when I say it like that, I feel like if it didn't, then there's no point of having Harrier, so beats me. But everything else after the attendance log is mostly the same. It's kind of the same thing that we had when Void Taint came out. I think the other difference is just the buff event and the community login event, which I don't recall if we had this when Void Taint came around. Buff event is always welcoming. The only thing that really drops me is you can apply it up to 100%, which I don't know how you can get this now that I think about it, but if you can, it's like it's probably like the funniest shit you can do. If somebody knows a way to, feel free to put in the comments. I'm actually curious of how you can get how can you apply more drop rate to yourself. The only ways I can think of is like premium GC and buff event with 15%. And that's pretty much it for the maintenance update that's going to be releasing tomorrow. Feel free to put in the comments your opinions on this update. Are you guys excited for Void 3, or are you guys really not as excited and just really like, not another one? I'm personally in the middle. Like I said, I'm not really much as excited for the Void Nightmare, but I'm very excited to see what they pull it off with this one. And now we need to get the other parts of the Void that is missing from Elysis. So hopefully this means 1 million battle points is finally achievable with the full set. If you like this video and would like to see more Grand Chase content here in the future, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, because we're doing Grand Chase content here at least once a week. And concerning how we're going to be getting Void tomorrow, you can probably expect a video about it tomorrow, which it's going to be a pain. I feel it. Look, as much as I say it's possible, people don't usually play around the time I play the game. So if you find somebody, great. If I don't find nobody, then fuck. I'll probably solo it on my own first try. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Well, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day today. Stay awesome, stay safe, have a great farm section today, and we see each other next time. Hopefully tomorrow. Peace out.